Alright everybody, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to do a little bit of a talking head video on strategy and maybe aura buffs. I'm going to see how well this is received, so feel free to leave comments and feedback below. We're going to try and get a discussion going on each one of these characters on what may or may not work and how we can maximize these auras for every character, because not only are we going to get 3 auras, eventually we will have 6 auras, so it will definitely be interesting. Now, Abathor is one of those unique characters where... Alright, I gotta get this down just to get the auras up. Now, let's look at his roster here. We have roaches, which are basically insane tanks. They get a plus armor bonus. We get the swarm queens, which could benefit heavily from cooldown reduction and energy regen, which can mass heal everybody. We got mutos, which could be very good flyer attackers with ricochet bounce times 6. So they could benefit heavily from weapons damage and attack speed. Ravengers are very good. They could benefit from both AoE, attack speed, and I think range bonus too would be very well. Devourers, I think more or less would just be good with attack speed and maybe damage. Obviously, an Overseer is just the detector. Now, the big one on Abathor, this is what everybody goes for, Swarm Host. Swarm Hosts benefit heavily from cooldown reduction. So anything with 25% cooldown reduction is godly, but the main one you want to look for is 8% cooldown, or no, correction, 8% attack speed, 25% cooldown. That would benefit Swarm Host insanely. Obviously, you got your Vipers, which could benefit from cooldown, energy regen, and not really attack speed per se, but range would also be good. Guardians benefit heavily from attack speed and range bonuses. Brutes could just benefit from blood and regen and attack speed, along with roaches could also benefit heavily from blood. Same thing from Leviathans. I think range, attack speed, and blood would be both beneficial to the Leviathans most. Now, we're actually going to check out the auras. Alright, see, this is what I was talking about. We got blood for 8% life, 8 life regen per second. We have the +1 range, +2 move. This one's kind of a niche one. It depends on what you want to do. We also have +5 range, 0.5 range, 1 move speed, and 25 energy regen. So this could benefit more or less the queens, the vipers, and I think that's the only 2 that actually use energy. So it's like, this one's kind of a niche one. So let's just do the blood for that one. Now, attack speed is very, very beneficial. Water would more or less be cooldown reduction for Swarm Host. But the same token, +2 armor, if you stack enough of it, you can basically mitigate all the enemy's team damage. And if you get 6 auras and you get like 4 +2 armors, like it almost nullifies early game damage, especially if you got blood on top of it. So let's do attack speed just to get another buff up. And then the final one, say we got +30 life is also very, very beneficial too, if you have some other units that can basically stack life. I mean, if you get some baby units like Zerglings, Raptorlings, or other characters, this would benefit it heavily. But you really want cooldown reduction on Abathor. Like, I think cooldown reduction and attack speed are probably the 2 golden ones on Abathor, along with maybe life regen too. So, alright, definitely one of the more interesting talking head videos, guys. We can definitely go over more strategies too for auras. Now, biomasses. Let's get into biomasses real fast. This is the big one on Abathor. Each unit has a biomass ability, which we're going to have to get that up and running and then get that up and running. But if you look at it, biomass is basically 300% life bonus, 10% life steal, 100% attack speed, and 4 energy regen per second. And each unit also has a biomass number where you can tier it up. Like this one only needs 3 biomass. This one needs 3. It's the same thing. Let me get T2 and then I can show you some of the other units and their biomass numbers. So, very, very interesting stats. You know what? Not that I really need to do that, but I just want to get it down and out of the way. Alright, we got plenty of minerals to play with, so not really worried about any of that. Alright, let's do that. that, and that. And then we'll do a swarm host too, just so you guys can see. Now we got 6 biomass. A Muto is 3, but you could also upgrade Mutos to Guardians, Devourers, and Leviathans. Ravengers need 4, so that's good to know. And the Devourers need 8. That is absolutely insane, but this makes these things so OP. I mean, you basically got, what, almost 1,000 hit points on these bad boys? That's pretty good. And then the Swarm Host obviously is 5. And then let's check out the Vipers, Guardians. We'll get a Brute down. Can't get the Leviathan down, unfortunately. You cannot biomass a Brute. You can biomass a Guardian. And then you can also biomass a Viper. So they're very cool stats. And can I plop down a Leviathan? No, we cannot, unfortunately. But that is this character in a nutshell, guys. So I hope you found this very educational and it helps you guys become better players. Like I said, leave me some comments below on what you guys may think or may not work, or may work, or what strategies you guys have actually tried and it actually worked very well for you guys. Alright guys,